Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I'm adjusting things. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? It's Friday. Welcome to Club Win. Welcome to Club Win. Let's see. Welcome to Club Win. Oh, Club Win, Club Win, Club Win. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Okay. So, this is our official, I want to say it's our second club night. Club Win, Club Win, Club Win. So come on in, come on in, come on in to Club Win, Club Win, Club Win. The essence of Club Win, it's a Friday celebration after a long, some weeks are longer than others, some weeks are more productive than others, some weeks are more stressful than others, and some weeks you are kicking butt, taking names. Some weeks you're barely making it through. Some weeks you have ups and downs, round and rounds. Some weeks you have surprises that bring you joy, surprises that bring you pain or heartache. Whatever this past week looked like for you, whatever this past week looked like for you, on Fridays, on today and every Friday, we're going to come and celebrate ourselves. We're going to share our journey of what the week looked like for you and the wins that you had, no matter how small or how big. So that's what Club Win is about. It's a safe and brave space for all of us to share our wins and for us to uplift one another and celebrate one another. Because as we know, there's so much gloom and doom in the world at times, and depending on what's being fed to us, what we're feeding ourselves on our feeds, on any type of devices, if whatever we're reading, whatever we're hearing, the company we keep, the environment that we're in, whether it's workplace or home or both, community, school, groups, associations, depending on who and what you surround yourself by, it can definitely add to or subtract from your quality of life and your experience in this world. And so some of us, we might feel like we're alone. Social isolation is real. Isolation in general is real. And so this is a safe space for those of us who just need some support and need some encouragement and need people to love on us and support us and encourage us and to uplift us. That's what Club Win is about. And I got my fan this week. I brought it up this time. I've had this fan, well, we lived in South Korea for a couple of years, and I've had this fan so long. Look at it. It's kind of falling apart. But I have this fan because I was going, the fans is very popular right now, the big fans, but I had this one for a very long time. And this is my version of a fan. So every time somebody celebrate a win, I'm popping my fan out. Okay? So I see we got some folks on. Come on in, come on in, come on in. This is Club Win. If you want to, put in the chat, share a win of yours this week. All your wins, big, small, don't make a difference. We're here to uplift one another and celebrate one another. Okay? So share some wins. Come on in and share some wins. Let's see here. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Just a little something. Just a little something. It's on Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. I don't know about y'all, but I used to party a lot in my younger years. And throughout my professional career, and as I got older, I started valuing myself more and my life more. So I have to be mindful. I start having to be mindful of the company that I kept and how much I would party and how I would spend my time on the weekend. Because some places it was dangerous. And so I value my life and my kids' life more. So I have, oh shit, shoot. I do that every time. The bunny. I got a bunny. My daughter got a bunny. And I always forget she's sitting here right at my feet. But I felt my pants leg being tugged. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Her name is Snowflake. She just scared me. Hey, Snowflake. I guess she just wanted to get my attention, I guess. She scared me. She right here. My daughter just walked in. She scared me, girl. She tugged at my pants leg. Um, she threw me off. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but I used to party, and so I am somebody who has struggled with social isolation for a while, especially when I was deep in depression. And over the past year and some change, actually 2 years, I've been working to get myself out of that funk and get myself around humans again, and not be stuck in the house and stuck on the couch. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? You bet not poop on my table. They can't even see the bunny. Oh, there they get. Hey, girl. Hey. Welcome to the live. You want to share a win? You want to share a win? Hey, girl. What's up, Snowflake? Hey, girl. What's up? You had a win this week? Hmm? Huh? A win of yours would be to stop pooping everywhere. Get her before she dropped something. That was my daughter. A mess, honey. A mess. But what was I saying? Oh, social isolation. It's a real thing. I experienced myself after going through a very, very tough season in my life. High depression, confusion, fear, lostness. I became a shell of myself. Michelle, I became a shell of myself. And so I was fearful of people for a while, and I've been on this journey of revitalizing my spirit and finding ways to enjoy people again. So over the years, I have worked to just be around people again and not be afraid of being around folks and not being in my head about things. And so if anybody out there like that have experienced something like that, I am here. I understand. And if you just a small win, if you struggle with social isolation, a small win would be simply hopping on Club Win. Hopping on Club Win and sharing a win of yours, and letting other folks love on you and celebrate. So even if you're at home and you're by yourself and you're fearful and you're isolated socially, find groups to be a part of. Find support systems to be a part of that align with the things that you're into. And so when I first was trying to get myself out of that funk and be around people again, one of the first things I did was I signed up for a online women's professional group to see what it would be about, and I felt like they understood me in that professional group. I didn't stick to it, but it was just something that helped move me in a direction, and then I slowly start going to networking events again. So when you've been in social isolation for so long, you might feel uncomfortable, but one small win is just setting the schedule. Setting the opportunity, taking advantage of an opportunity and be around people. Going and exploring a little bit and seeing who aligns with you and where you can feel safe. Social isolation is ruining people's quality of life. And so if you can get yourself around other people and find your village, whoever your village is, and find the group that closely identify with, and a group where you can be yourself. You don't have to put on, you don't have to fake the funk. You can completely be who you were designed to be, whether it's one person or many people. And that's enough. That's enough. If it's one person, that's all you need. If it's one person in your life that gets you and nobody else understands you, that's all you need. I tell my kids that because, school can be tough. So, social isolation. This is us getting together virtually. And who knows where this will lead. But us getting together virtually right now is a great way for us to connect one another. Whether you are working from home, I know a lot of people who work from home. especially after COVID. That was my life for probably like 2 or 3 years, if not more. That was my life for a while. So I understand how easy it is to slip into social isolation. I don't know why I can't say that clearly. Social isolation. I know how easy it is to slip into that when you're working remotely or when you're going through a tough time. So finding groups such as this, I call it Club Win because we celebrate one another. No matter how small or how big your win is, you come on, drop it in the chat, drop it in the comment section, and share a win. Okay, share a win. We tend to forget all the little things add up, and it matters. And it takes those little things, those stepping stones, those stepping blocks to build up to major wins. Okay. So if you are at home and you feel like you're alone and you don't have anybody else, nobody understands you, nobody accepts you for you, you come on over, okay? All right, because we're here to uplift and celebrate anyone and everyone. Kindness, joy, love, support, encouragement, empathy. That's what I'm about. That's what this space is about. So this is a safe and brave space to be yourself, to share your wins, no matter how small or big, and to be uplifted. Okay, because the days can get hard and long. Life can be tough. Fears are real. Uncertainty is real. Loss is real. Grief is real. And so we need to find ways to celebrate ourselves and celebrate others. So that's Club Win in a nutshell. That is Club Win in a nutshell. So I want to see some folks share what it is that they feel like was a win for them this week. I love that I remember to use this flag. This flag. This fan. This fan. I got to give me some new ones. This one, that's like I said, I've had it for so long. I need someone with some words on it. It's pretty. I actually have it as part of my decor. But I need a new one with some words. Okay, maybe Club Win. So I'll share some of my wins. This week, actually, the week technically starts on Sunday, so it counts. On Sunday, I'm gonna say a little bit about Saturday too. But last weekend was Mother's Day weekend. Okay, last weekend was Mother's Day weekend, and last weekend I did everything that I wanted to do, and then some. Maybe a couple of things I wanted to do that I didn't do. But the things that I decided to do that I ended up doing that I chose to do were things that it fed me, it fueled me. I felt more like me. So Mother's Day weekend was a very, very satisfying weekend. And I just loved on me throughout the whole weekend. And it's important that we do that. So for me, that was a win. That was a way to kick off this upcoming week, and setting the expectations of how I want to live my day after day. I want to celebrate me. I deserve to celebrate me, and you deserve to celebrate you. And so Mother's Day weekend represented that for me. So I woke up on a Saturday morning, and I live right on the corner from Wally World, and if you know, you know. And it was a garden center. They had their garden center, the grand opening for it for this season. And it was a guy, one of their workers had a grill from Wally World, and he was lighting up the grill the day before Mother's Day, last Saturday. And I'm a people person, so I engage with pretty much everybody who's willing to talk back. And he told me that they were doing their grand opening celebration, so he was going to be throwing down on the grill. And another customer, he overheard the conversation. He was like, "Oh, so that means we need to come back and get some off the grill." And I'm like, "Okay, so that means we about to take a lap." So I love that waking up Saturday morning, I was met with that type of energy when I went to the garden center over at Wally World, and it was just a good vibe. So I walked around the garden, and I'm gonna put together an actual video of my Mother's Day weekend experience. But just walked around the garden, and gardens remind me of my grandma growing up. She had us in her garden. We went to garden nurseries when I was younger. My job was pulling weeds. I often felt like it was a punishment. But even then, she was teaching me life lessons. And so here's one thing I can show. I can show y'all. I bought this for myself. Look at that. Look at that. This was me loving on myself. This is the first thing that I picked up. Yeah, I think this was the first thing I picked up at the garden center and loved on myself. Y'all know what this is. Y'all know what this is. It's the easiest way for us mothers to have some for ourselves, or parents, single dads, moms, dads, busy people who don't have time to sit there and pay attention to the plants every single day. This is your go-to. These are called succulents. Succulent plants. Okay? I believe they are in the cacti family, if I'm not mistaken. But these things barely need your attention, okay? They sit pretty. You give them a little water every now and again, and they just make any space just like calming and welcoming and colorful, and it's just a unique flower arrangement. So I treated myself, I'm gonna keep it a little bit up in here. I treated myself to this nice succulent flower arrangement. It was like $35, but it was so nice. It even got like the little actual cactus in the middle. You gotta be careful you stick yourself. But this was my first Mother's Day gift to myself. And then as I was cruising on, I found this little gift. It's a nice travel fund. And so you can just pop the money in there. So I'm getting this. I got this for myself because this is going to move me towards actually achieving a desire in my heart, which is to travel more. And I broke out of that. I've been breaking out of that fear that I was stuck in for so long, and being in depression and all that, and being socially isolated. So over the years, especially during COVID, I started watching people do share cruise experiences on YouTube, and I'm like, I'm gonna go on a cruise. That seemed like I'll be able to be around people, even if I was to go by myself. And now I'm doing little things to actually move me towards being able to take a cruise. So if I visibly see, first of all, it's a cool design. Even if I didn't use it at all and just had it up there for a design, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a map in the back. I don't know which geographical location that is on that map, but it's pretty cool. So if I just, periodically, or, I can actually set the amount that I want to pull out and put in here every week. Or if I'm kind of like sporadic. I do things as I feel. Sometimes great, sometimes not so great. Oh no, it fell off. But if I just add periodically and I see it growing, it might get me going. It might get me going, might boost my desire to add more, and then fill it up and dump it in my savings, and keep on adding. Before I know it, I'll have the money to go on a cruise or just on a trip to travel. So I thought this was super cool. So I just needed something to get my gears going and get me excited about it, and a little bit of hold me accountable, having a visual motivation tool. So that was a couple of things that I bought over the weekend. I got my mom's gift right here, but I can't share it because I bought her a lot of stuff last weekend, but one of her gifts came in later. So I will give it to her, and she's on YouTube. Her name is Stephanie 5750. I want to say Stephanie 57 Wellness Journey. And then the other one is Stephanie 50 and Climbing. So I'm going to give that to her, and she will do her revealing or unboxing of her gift, but it's pretty cool. I seen it online. So that was the first thing I did for myself. Did anybody else? I see some folks in here. Did anybody have a win this week that they want to share? Something that they, fueled them. All right. You pop it in the chat. So then other than taking that trip to Wally World and the garden center and finding things, I actually spent quite a bit. I was not planning to spend that much in Wally World, but I then said I didn't plan for it, but I deserve it. I take care of so many other people. Do something for you, because I'll give somebody the shirt off my back. I also need to do that for myself. Okay, gotta love myself. So last weekend was for me. After that, one other thing to highlight, we did a Mother's Day 5K run. That was a great time. I haven't done a 5K in years. Saturday night before the 5K, me and my mom went shoe shopping, so we got us some new kicks. We got us some new some running shoes. Mine, if I'm not mistaken, what were they? I initially went to get Asics, but I wind up getting, it wasn't Puma. It was the other running brand. It wasn't Brooks, because Brooks was more expensive than Asics. And if you know about Asics, you know that it's already a 3-digit price tag on there. Brooks was up there. I can't remember. I'll have to figure out what my shoe is, and then I'll tell y'all. But the shoes, I ran in them on Sunday. They were great. It'll be in my other video when I post my recap of Mother's Day weekend. It was just great to be out with my mom and just loving on one another. We went on a nice walk. I live across the street from a college, and they got a nice track. And it was just a good time. We were talking, having deep discussion, laughing, joking around, and you just need that. So that was a major win for me, just being able to let my hair down. I manage a clinic. I oversee a team at a health facility, and sometimes it can be tough. Sometimes you got to find the rewards, because sometimes it feel like it's not rewarding. But managing a health center can be taxing at times. And whether it's your patients or your staff, they need things, and they have their struggles. And even if you have your struggles, you have to kind of address it at another time, because you got to put them first and make sure they're good, your staff are good, so the patients can be good. And I often have to mediate between a frustrated patient and staff. And I do a lot of teaching our staff humanity and helping them see the patient struggles and just seeing it for what it is, and helping them connect the dots to what our patients are experiencing, and showing them, demonstrating and modeling to them how not to take it personal. So sometimes that can be taxing, because you have to use a lot of mental and emotional intelligence and energy to help people navigate situations where they feel triggered. A patient can feel triggered by a staff member can feel triggered by a patient. A patient can be triggered before they ever get there, and you are somebody that is going to hear all the things that they've been dealing with, or you're going to get the brunt of all the things that they've been dealing with. And so it's a lot of helping people navigate what's happening to them and what they're experiencing. And I teach my staff to not judge patients, to understand patients, and to be welcoming, inviting, and respectful of their experiences, and not labeling them or stereotyping them. So all in all, it takes energy to do that. And so last weekend was a weekend where, as soon as I was done, because I even stayed about an hour or so overtime on Friday, and as soon as I left on Friday, it was, okay, this time is for me. It's for me. So last weekend felt relaxing at times. It felt rejuvenating at times. I watched some medical series. It's this one Asian medical series my daughter found, and we watched it on Mother's Day. That one was great. I just did things that I enjoyed. So I hope y'all did some stuff that y'all enjoyed, whether y'all are mom or not. If y'all are working, y'all servicing somebody. It don't have to be patients. You're taking care of somebody else. You're providing a service to somebody else. And a lot of times, if you are an achiever at all, or an overachiever like me, you can go above and beyond your call of duty. And those of us that are like that, even if you're not an overachiever, you're still you're showing up day in, day out, providing a service to customers. And sometimes those situations and roles that you're in as you're servicing others can be draining for you. And it could feel overwhelming for you at times. And if the leadership that you report to isn't supportive, or they're micromanagers, or they're not helpful in the way that you need them to be, not understanding or dismissive, that can tear at your spirit a little bit, And so that's why it's important for us to celebrate ourselves, celebrate our small and big wins, and realize all the small stuff that we do that we often dismiss or nobody sees behind the scenes, and we're just staying dedicated to the work that we do instead of staying dedicated to the grind in hopes that it's going to pay off. It will pay off. But I encourage everyone, this is why I started Club Win, because I see so many downtrodden staff and patients and community members, and even in my family, and even with myself at times, a lot, because I have OCD, I can be in my head a lot. And so for those of us, it doesn't matter what it is, whatever your story is, life can be challenging at times. And sometimes you feel like you're just turning your wheels and you're not making progress and you're not achieving things that you set out to achieve. It's what is it, May? It's May, so we're halfway through with the second quarter of the year. And I know some of us, we set goals at the top of the year and we fell off a little bit, and that's okay because it's life. You got to give yourself grace and you got to give yourself the space to grow. It will work out. It will work out. It will work out. And so we're here to celebrate one another and uplift one another and love on one another and encourage one another. And so share a win. What was your win this week? It doesn't matter how small. What was your win? I actually started a win board at my job, and I encouraged my staff. One of my staff members this week, we have a lab on site at our clinic, and she's a newer inmate to the practice. And I was in my office, and our official lab technician, she came into my office and she was like, Michelle, you are going to be so proud of our girl. I'm going to leave their names out of this. You're going to be so proud of our girl because she did her first draw successfully today. And she had to draw 4 vials of blood and didn't nick the patient, didn't harm the patient, and she got it on the first try. And this is a staff member who often is very hard on herself. She's had a tough life, and so I'm patient with her, and I give her grace, and I just give her encouragement and pour life into her and all of that. And so I literally stopped what I was doing in my office, and I went to go find her. I was so happy for her. I was like, really? I went to go find her. She was getting ready to, she was preparing the exam room for the next patient. And we literally walked in there and was like, oh, congratulations. And I did a little dance, a little celebratory dance. And she was like, oh my goodness. You know, she got shy or whatever. But it's those kind of things. We got to celebrate one another. We got to celebrate one another. We have to uplift one another. We got to love on one another. Life is hard enough without us being hard on one another or ourselves. And so it was so great to see her smile on her face. And I encouraged her to go write her win on the board when she had a moment. And she wrote it more than likely on her lunch break. And so I went in there later on in the day, and her win was on the board. And that is a win for me, to see the staff that I've been working with to go from the level that they were to the level that they are, for them to move beyond their fears and anxiety and try new things and just be proud of themselves and share all the things they're doing and just going for it. Because I tell them often, anxiety feels real, right? And anxiety is normal in a sense because you're nervous if you've never done something before. But the way you build confidence is by building competence. So if you're afraid to do something, that means you care about not messing it up. But don't let that stop you. Don't try not to let it stop you. You might be fearful for a little bit, but try not to let it stop you. Go for it anyway, in your time, and just try it a little bit. And then before you know it, you become a master at it. I have a new student here, a medical assistant student that started this past week with us. And I gave her that same little spiel, because it doesn't matter what your role is or your title or how old you are. And I told her this: if you've never done something before, it's okay to be nervous, but don't let nervousness stop you. Let it fuel you and go for it. And I think more of us will go for it if we had welcoming environments that wasn't set up and designed to tear us down and judge us. And so we need to create that. And I'm somebody who creates those type of spaces no matter where I go. It's no judgment. It's only help. It's help and support and encouragement. And sometimes you have to provide constructive feedback. But I have to work because I grew up in a family that was super critical. And so criticism is what I was used to. So I've had to train myself, and I'm not perfect. I still work on it because I was kind of bred that way. So I've changed the language. Instead of saying being what is it called? Constructive criticism to constructive feedback. Okay, so you want to be intentional when you're working with people or yourself and you are nervous to do something. It's okay to be nervous, but see what feedback doing the thing that you're afraid of doing gives you, because nothing is a failure. It's all a learning opportunity, right? And we're seeing more and more people say that. More and more motivational speakers are saying that. But how do you apply that in real life? And some of us, we beat ourselves up so much in real life. We beat ourselves up so much in real life. So it's hard for us to give ourselves positive, constructive feedback because we're so used to negative, constructive criticism that is meant to tear us down and to make us feel stupid and incompetent and like scum, like we're never going to get it. And it's meant to embarrass us depending on who it is. So I try to counter that because I know my staff and patients and myself and my kids and my family members, we're going through a lot. So I'm someone that walks through this life trying to counter that as much as possible. And when I don't get it right, I'm quick to apologize and I work to get it better, you know? So I think we gotta see the humanity in one another and be a little bit more kind and be a little bit more supportive and accepting and less judgmental and pour some life into one another instead of trying to tear each other down out of our broken places. We tear each other down out of our broken places, and we got to move away from that because it doesn't help them and it doesn't help you. At the end of the day, it doesn't help you because what I have seen in real life, the people that do all that pointing and judging other people and tearing people down, remember they told us when we were younger, you got 3 more pointing right back at you. It's going to come around, so it's not worth it. I choose to walk through this world supporting people, uplifting people, encouraging people, speaking life into them, and celebrating them. So that's what Club Win is about. That's what Club Win is about. So if you haven't shared a win this week, I think that's my biggest win. This week, I took care of myself first. So that's the biggest win, is taking care of me first and prioritizing myself as everything else works itself out. And then the other big thing is seeing the fruit of that labor when you pour life into other people and seeing those people starting to believe in themselves, especially when they didn't before you encountered them, because so many people in their life gave up on them or beat them down or made them feel less than. That's a major win for me because I have a desire for folks to do well in life and to thrive and to experience all the things they have in their heart's desire. And so to see someone go from where they were to where they are, even if it's incremental, I celebrate every single win. So I encourage you to celebrate every single win because it's hard. It's hard. We're trying to become things. Hey, you know what? This is what is real. We were talking about this today at work, or it was either today or yesterday. We didn't have any patients, so we just had a little, I call them powwows. We had a little powwow. And we talked about the very real reality that I know you guys heard this, the Trinity thing is, this is the first time in our lives that we've ever been this age at this very moment. And at this very moment. And at this very moment. It's the first time we've ever been this person at this age, at this moment. So we're figuring it out. And I told my staff, like, because a lot of us, we grew up with parent wounds, whether it's mom, dad, or both. I got some staff who have those same experiences. I've had those same experiences. And so what I have done throughout my life and with my siblings, I have shared with them my understanding that I came to as I studied psychology and human behavior and addiction and trauma, childhood trauma, and how it's generational and how it impacts our ability to be able to process us, the world, the lens we walk through in this world. What I share with my siblings and my staff is that it's important for us to have grace for our parents. And I know that can be the hardest thing in the world, depending on what your experience have been with your parents. But I challenge people to remember that we ourselves don't always get it right as parents, as adults, and we're figuring it out. And we're struggling, even though we have access to all this stuff. We have so much access, and yet as adults, as parents, we're still struggling. So imagine, I often imagine how much more our parents struggled before they had access to all this stuff. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm an 80s baby and the 90s raised me. And in the 80s, I grew up in the what we call impoverished community, so lower income, but our communities were flooded with drugs. And so I grew up in an era where it was party time. It was party time. It was party time. You handled your business and you partied. And sometimes you were a functioning alcoholic, a functioning addict. And so it was the time that they lived in. It was the environment that they lived in. Abuse, all type of abuse was normal. It was normal and accepted and at times celebrated. And so I often give grace to my mom and my dad because I understand I understand my mom's story. I'm still learning about my dad's story because I didn't grow up with him. But I go through life giving people grace because you just never know. You never know what people been through. And we just know them as our parents and we expect that they should know better. But we as adults and as parents don't always know better. And I often have to go apologize to my kids for a misstep. And I help them understand that I'm figuring it out as I go along. It's a lot of books out here, but it's only one me and it's only one of my daughter and only one of my son, and their experience is individual. And we're all figuring it out together. That's why community is important. And that's why it's so important for us to have grace for ourselves as we journey along and figure this thing out, and have some grace for our parents who is just trying to figure it out and who probably experienced a lot more hurt and pain. If they hurt you, they probably experienced a lot more hurt and pain from their parents or somebody who did something to them that they once trusted. And sometimes we're passing down this hurt and this trauma, and we're just trying to do the best we can, and we don't even know how it's going to impact our kids and generations down the line. These are things I think about. And this is why I find ways to celebrate myself and celebrate others, because life gets real, life gets tough, and we have to celebrate. So I partied a lot in my teens and 20s. So it's no surprise that even though I'm all professional now, I still like to have a good time. I'm just mindful of the spaces that I'm in. So I'm going to bring this live to an end. I haven't done this in a while. I hope you, if you didn't feel comfortable with sharing your wins on this platform, I hope you find ways to share your wins throughout the week. I write a lot of my wins down in my notes section because sometimes I forget, like we all do. We forget how amazing we're being, even if it's small. But I write it down. So I'm gonna share a little bit before I hop off. I wanted to give y'all some time to share y'all wins. But other than the Mother's Day weekend, loving on myself, shopping and going running, and completing that 5K, that's 3.1 miles for the books for this quarter. And my brother, he was there with all his kids. It was a good time. I'm put a video together, recapping my Mother's Day weekend. He was already talking about in a couple of weeks that we need to do it again. Hold on, bruh. Okay, I need to stretch because I started feeling all type of stuff I haven't felt in a long time. I was told I am always so welcoming by one of my colleagues. We are building our community health worker model at my job, and I used to be a community health worker a while ago. I forgot how many years ago. It was like 2015. So dang, almost 10 years ago. I used to be a community health worker for a stint. So I'm helping to inform that model and helping our current community health workers, because I serve in a different capacity now in healthcare. I manage a health clinic. And so I'm helping to build that model at our clinic and providing the community health workers some resources and some support so they can be successful in their role. I manage my schedule, which is important, because how many of y'all know that sometimes there's a lot going on outside. Sometimes you have plans, God has plans, your boss have plans, and you got to figure it all out. You got to figure it all out in a day and in a week. And I am learning to be okay and not beat myself up if I don't complete all the things that I have scheduled for that day or for that week, because I'm learning to accept things are going to happen that are out of my control, and I have to go with it. But if I can at least accomplish 80% of what I had a desire to do when I first set up my week, before I started the week or before I started the day, that's a win. Completing half of what it is, depending on what kind of fires was happening at your job that week. Sometimes I have my plans, like I said, God has his plans, and then the job have their plans, and all of a sudden somebody else procrastination becomes your emergency. And now you got to drop all your stuff to get them what they need that day or the next day. I've had to have conversations like, this is not a sustainable way of doing things. We got to have a little bit more intentional planning. Okay? Because I will not carry that anxiety in my spirit. That was not my lack of planning. So we want to be mindful of that. If you're any managers, directors, CEOs out there, we want to be mindful of how your lack of planning land on your staff. Okay? We want to be a little bit more mindful and be a little bit more intentional with our planning. And that's giving grace. Okay? All right? A little bit more mindful. I didn't do too much this week. I wrote that down, but I think I wrote that down on like the top of the week, Monday or Tuesday. But I think this week, I think I balanced things out. I balanced out what my kids needed from me. I was able to go to the park yesterday with my son while he played basketball. I balanced out what the job needed from me. I balanced out what I needed from me, kind of. I didn't work out as much this week. I did that 5K run on Monday. I need to do more working out. I definitely need to include me more throughout the week. I did do a bit more standing this week. I have a automatic standing desk that goes up and down. So I did do more standing this week at my standing desk than sitting at my desk. I don't know if you guys know, but the research came out a long time ago. It was some research that said that sitting at your desk for an hour at a time is just as bad as smoking a pack of cigarettes. That research might have changed. It might be more than a pack of cigarettes by now or less. I'm not sure. I have to look into it and reference that research. But I learned that years ago when I was a community health worker working with a dietitian and a nurse. And so we often challenge ourselves to get our butt up and get moving. Okay. Because we were out there trying to help people prevent diabetes. And if they had diabetes already, we was working to help them manage their symptoms and live a healthier lifestyle so they would not experience major complications associated with that disorder or with that diagnosis, I should say. So I have to constantly find small ways, even if I'm busy and I'm managing a clinic, I still got to find small ways to take care of myself because I cannot take care of everybody else, including the organization's mission, and not take care of my mission, which is making sure I can be my best self and have my best health. I did not do as much binge eating this week, so it is a major win. I do have Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia ice cream in the freezer, and I will be enjoying it after this. And I do have a couple of mini Snickers, and I will be enjoying it. Okay, I'm talking to myself right now because sometimes I can be hard on myself and be down on myself because I'm enjoying ice cream, but it's also because I know I struggle with binge eating. And sometimes it's a gateway for me. So I have to often like, hey girl, hey, I know you enjoy it, but it's doing too much. So I'm gonna enjoy it, but also be mindful. I'm not gonna promise that I'm not gonna eat it, but I will be mindful. I created my first whiteboard. So I'm working on this big project at work. I created my first whiteboard, so that was cool. I really want to use more digital software to make my life a little bit easier with managing all these tasks and juggling all these projects. So I created my first one. I did a little YouTube University situation, tried it out, played around with it, and it was great. I'm a creative by nature, and so it was something that fueled my brain, and it was helpful. So that was cool. And I left the office closer to 5 o'clock. Okay, that is a major win. Leaving, hold on, it's struggling. My fan is struggling. Oh, this way. That is a major win, leaving closer to 5 o'clock when you work in healthcare, okay? Often I would be at the clinic 6:30, 7, 8. Sometimes I've left at 8:30. Okay? Sometimes the cleaning crew beat me out. Sometimes the cleaning crew beat me out. No, it's time to go. And it's feeling like summertime out here. We're in May right now, okay? And it's been like 70s, 80s this week. I will not spend my life up in a clinic, okay? I will come there, do what I need to do, pour life into people, help people get well, and then I need to go enjoy my life. Because life is not work, honey. No, no, no. No. You can have purpose at a job, but your life cannot be that job. Because we all know the saying, the job will replace you in a second, and you have not lived your life. So I am on a mission to live my best life, to experience my best self, my best health, and live my life. And we gonna be traveling, okay? So I hope y'all enjoy the Club Win. Again, share if y'all see this on the replay, share y'all wins, no matter how big or small. I hope all of y'all find some way to celebrate yourselves and highlight it and document it and look back on it when you are having a harder day during that week. It is so needed to love on yourself and pour into yourself and encourage yourself. So find ways to celebrate you. Find ways to celebrate you. You deserve it. It doesn't matter what your past looked like. It doesn't matter how many times you failed, how many times you've thrown in the towel. It doesn't matter. Find a way to celebrate you, because guess who celebrates you no matter what? Guess who loves you no matter what? God. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. God loves you no matter what. And you ain't got to be perfect for him. So take that responsibility off your shoulder. It is not your burden to carry. And these jobs will be okay. These people will be okay. Just do your best and forget the rest. Huh? I used to teach preschool and kindergarten in a daycare center, not at an official school. So this is some of the language I use with them. Do your best and forget the rest. Okay? And having OCD, I have to often tell myself that. Having ADHD, I often have to tell myself that. And overcoming a traumatic event and PTSD, I have to tell myself that. You are doing your best. Look how far you've come. Forget the lies your brain is telling you. Forget the lies. So having at the forefront of all the amazing things you are doing is so important, because society will tell you, your brain will tell you, sometimes your family will tell you, your bosses will tell you, the metrics will tell you, the scale will tell you, them jeans will tell you, that swimsuit will tell you that you're not doing your best. That's a lie from the pit of hell. You are doing your best. Do your best and forget the rest. Relapsing is real. Don't let it beat you up. You continue to work on healing, continue to let God lead you and partner with God, and you will be healed. You will be healed. You will be able to break free from that stuff. Celebrate those small wins. Don't let addiction steal your joy or your life, no matter what that addiction is. Don't let past trauma steal your life and joy. Steal your life and joy. I was saying that right. Steal your life and joy. No matter what happened, do not let that steal your life and joy. God put us here to live and enjoy this life. So let's live and enjoy this life. Celebrate yourself, y'all. All right, I'm going to get off here. I told myself I was only going to be here for 30 minutes because I want to go enjoy my evening. But I actually enjoyed this. This was a part of enjoying my evening. So I enjoyed my almost 50 minutes with y'all. And I hope y'all enjoyed your time with me. And if nothing else, I hope y'all leave with remembering to do your best, forget the rest, love on yourself, celebrate your small wins, have grace for others, and uplift and encourage one another. Okay? Until next time, y'all. Until next time. I need some intro, outro music. If y'all know how to play music on here without getting copyrighted, let me know. I need some intro, outro. I found this. And we're going to go with it. Find a way to celebrate, y'all. Y'all deserve it. Celebrate yourselves. Okay? Pop, 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 pop. I look forward to talking to y'all next week. Thank y'all for coming to Club Win. Until next time, y'all. Live well. Let's go find something to dance to, y'all. Dancing is good. Dancing is healing. It's freeing. We call this the Tina Turner shoulders. Got it from my grandma. Yes, live life. Don't let it run by. Live life. Go explore. One of my patients came there with a Harley Davidson today. He had a Harley Davidson shirt on when he was getting his labs drawn. And I was like, now the question is, do you got a bike to match that shirt? And we wound up talking about traveling. And his travels around the world. I think I kind of want one of those bikes, the fatback bikes, where it's like three wheels. My ex-husband, he used to be in the Rough Riders, so we used to ride around the military version of that. I forgot what they call it, the branch or whatever. So he was the part of the military Rough Riders. And so I used to be a biker chick. Can you tell? Ooh, that felt like a past life. That was my 20s, honey. 20s was something. I'm 38. I'll be almost 39 this year. It's weird to say. 39 is weird. It's weird. One of my staff members, she was like, I can't imagine you being a partier because she only knows me as her boss. And I'm like, oh my goodness, my friends couldn't imagine me as being this. They know me. It's weird how people at different stages, depending on when they were introduced to you in your life, how they know you versus how other people know you. It's weird. When she said it, I was like, because you know who you are. You know how, you are with you every day of your life. That's what I tell my kids. You are with you every day of your life. So you got to learn to love you. But it is weird for people to not, new people to not know the version of you from before. I'm like, oh my goodness, I used to be on the bar, on the chair, flying off the chair, drinking all type of stuff. I used to be, listen, the way I explain myself, I used to be a good time. Okay. I was a good time. Life of the party in some circles. Okay. I love to have a good time. And I still love to have a good time, but now I do it in a different way. We do a lot of eating and celebrating at that job. Okay. That's my partying is normally surrounded by food and laugh and dancing and celebrating. So, find a way to have a good time, y'all. Y'all can still be y'all. Don't let life steal y'all joy. Don't let life take you out of you. Even if you have that season, I had that season, I am getting back to me. Okay? I am discovering who I am again and what I want to do. My kids are about to, my one son is grown. My daughter, she's about to be 18. I need to find out who I am and what I enjoy because I don't know. I have not realized what that is after being a mom for so long and putting them first for so long. So I'm really trying to learn, like, what do I enjoy now? What brings me joy? What brings me peace? What brings me laughter? What brings me love? Do I have a hobby? Because my hobby for the past however many years since going through what I went through was eating and watching TV and podcasts and comedy shows. That was mine. So I need to find what this hobby is. I feel like it's gonna be traveling and exploring because I've always been an explorer. So I think that's where it is because my heart keeps on tugging me to explore, to explore, to explore. And those that know me know that I want to travel around and help communities. Travel around, stay there for a little bit, help community, help them get better, travel around, help people get better. So we'll see, y'all. We'll see, but go on this journey with me. I go on this journey with y'all and let's live, love, and lift one another up, okay? All right, y'all. I'm out for real because I just keep on talking. Y'all go and put in the chat y'all wins because we deserve to love on ourselves and each other. Find something to do for yourself tonight and this weekend, y'all. Until next time, I see y'all next Friday at Club Win. Bye, y'all. And it's concert season 2. Find yourself at a concert if you like music. Have a concert at your house if you can't afford it yet. So much on YouTube. I always have a club situation. Make your own concert. It's free. This is a whole vibe, y'all. I don't know about y'all. I'm vibing. Okay, y'all. Enjoy the weekend. Until next time. Bye, y'all.